from the beautiful track of Chicagoland Speedway, where we saw one heck of a race to now the paperclip out in Martinsville, Virginia. We say hello and welcome to everyone that has joined on in for the next round of the Area Cup Series. This is race 9 on the 17 race schedule. I'm John Ramos. That's Hunter Sleppy. He will be on pit road with us. We want to say hello and thank you to everyone that has tuned on in, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Number 1. 2, completely different style of racing than what we saw just last week. And 3, it's the month of May. Racing's at its highest. An e-ticket event is going to be happening this coming up Friday. A lot of big things for myself this week, and it's all systems go on the motorsport side. Once again, I'm John Ramos. That's Hunter Sleppy. Hunter, Martinsville, what can we expect? What can we brace for? Who can we highlight? And is there anything really game plan wise heading into this race?
The only game plan is to not be a part of the yellows. Area's only been here once, and that was back in season 2. A staggering 20 cautions, to say the least. Yeah, so if you got flashbacks of New Hampshire, it'll come back at you tonight. Pole is going to be key. Jake Nichols won from the pole back in season 2. It was a little controversial at the end. He led over 200 laps. It was only supposed to be 200, but the race went into overtime, so he led technically 202 out of 205. I don't know if we'll get to that level of dominance tonight, but is specifically speaking from the pole, it's where you want to be. The action's going to happen all throughout the field, except up front, unless you spin the tires, which I don't believe happened much back in season 2. Looking through at the point standings, some guys made some big moves after last week. Seth Knoll, his big win at Chicagoland, boosted him up to the points lead. Jake Nichols, James Scioli, the whole Solar Flare Racing group, they're moving up in points. Dylan Nault fell down to 5th in the standings. Jonathan Evans moved up 5 spots into 10th. He's in a tie with Bailey Turner. Looking at the 20th spot in points, it's that cutoff to where if you have a win and you're in, you got to be inside the top 20 in points. Logan Clampett, I don't believe he made it last week. He fell back. He's outside the top 20 in points, so he needs to make the rest of the races and be inside the top 20. Otherwise, that's a playoff spot up for grabs.
Yeah, I've been mentioning win and you're in. In reality, it's the guys that you expected to run full time, right? And then all of a sudden you missed a race here, you missed a race there, and you just gave someone else a spot to possibly go ahead and race for a championship. A lot of drivers to go ahead and watch. We're going to highlight some in a moment, but before we do, for the ones that have joined in prior to the green flag, we want to say hello to you. We're going to continue to do this throughout the 2025 season, whether it is for Area or at our Night in America, even the Indiana 500 that's coming up this Friday. Eric W., how are you? He wants you to go ahead and pick a driver. Hunter, I got a couple up my sleeve that I think we're gonna really have to watch tonight. Jade, how are you? Kaido as well, heading in with Connor Lines, Unknown, and so many others like Rocky. I want to say thank you guys for tuning on in, heading into the live chat, and preparing for this race. This is what we're going to talk about. Yes, Martinsville. Yes, 20 caution season 2, but how about some underdog stories? We did see Blaze McKinney do pretty well in practice, somewhat in qualifying at Chicagoland. If things get rough and rowdy, where's some guys that we haven't seen really up inside the top 10, top 15, maybe drive to survive, and after a couple of hours are seen in victory lane. Peyton Howe, huge promoter on X, huge promoter on Instagram of our Night in America, Area, IDK Players Channel, all that stuff. Knows 200 laps tonight. He's going to be one to watch, and we love having Peyton Howe do such a great job promoting. And then back to 609 Motorsports. What I love about 609, I'm going to give them a big shout out here, how they've integrated into the whole community now, right? Been a part of Area for quite some time. We all know them. Bailey Turner, Connor Horn, Adam Cabot, Jeremy Miller. What did Connor Horn do after he realized Area was going to be on this YouTube channel? He said, let's go run a couple e-tickets. And he did. Who's joined in the 609 club to do that as well? Jeremy Miller. What is Miller doing? He's running the Indiana 500 as well this coming up Friday. Excited to see what those boys can do. Miller, being a Tony Stewart fan, going to be a lot of excitement on that side. And a Sogak as well, getting ready to join on in. Hello to them. Thank you to all the Area drivers that have been promoting. But Hunter, I have to keep an eye on one big thing. You know what that big thing is? That big thing that may be coming up in a couple weeks. Well, today's Martinsville. We'll soon be in Kansas. Coda will join us, and then it's all over at Talladega. We're already at race number 9, the 9th race. Only 12 in the regular season. So I got to ask you, who has not shown up that you expect to go to victory lane? By not shown up, I mean has not proven their worth just yet to make the postseason.
Man, this is a tough one. So there's some drivers that do stand out, like you mentioned, Blaze McKinney. Only one top 10 this season, and he's been a race winner multiple times in the past. 34th in the standings. Looking at Connor O'Kresick, speed's definitely been there, at least qualifying wise, but he just hasn't had the finishes. And after his little shindig, which resulted in him getting a suspension, he's down to 45th in the standings. That's a staggering drop. Also looking through some guys that are making great progress. Mentioned last week at Chicagoland, the top 5 qualifiers were outside the top 25 in points, and only one of those guys were able to pull through with the top 10. That was Tyler Nichols, the brother of Jake Nichols. It's up to 27th in the standings, and with Talladega coming up, he clinched his way in by winning in the last lap pass over Blaze McKinney in the final 100 feet in last season's race at Talladega. So there's one thing Tyler Nichols knows, it's about showing up right place at the right time. Starting to get some momentum rolling heading into the paperclip.
We're starting to see a little bit of pattern here, right? Okay, yeah, now Solar Flare catching their stride. Dylan All fastest in practice right now. We see him top of the board. Yeah, there's Miller. Yeah, there's Horn. Kenny Brady is on the scene. Where did he come from? Right? I mean, we've known Kenny Brady for quite some time. He used to run e-tickets with us back in 2022. Jumped off the iRacing train. He went to go do other things, other activities, has now come back. And he's one that, if I remember from experience and calling races, good at short track racing. He sits 11th right now currently on the leaderboard. I want to say hello once again to everyone that also met at Anderson. Jade, I believe that is you that I met post-race, you and your brother. So nice to meet you both. Thank you guys so much for coming on up and speaking with me. Glad to have you all here. And we hope to see you and everyone else, yes, by the time the Indiana 500 takes the green flag. That's 8 Eastern, 7 Central, this coming up Friday. But back on some things to speak about. Hall came in as an underdog. Hall is still doing well. Scioli, we've been talking about him since week 1. Scioli's doing well. Jake Matheson is in. Patrick Moose, so we see big things out of him. And maybe does Curran, a lucky duck driver, see victory lane before the end? I think that's my big underdog talk, right? Because Curran has been running well. He's been up front. He just has yet to see victory lane, and that could strike, honestly, within the next coming weeks.
Curran, a former champion of the series back in season 5, really, he's still looking for that first win this season. He's won in the past. He's beaten Jake Nichols in photo finishes, so it's not like wins are hard to come by for him. He's got pace. It's just a matter of putting the finishing pieces together at the very end. Only one top 5 this season. That was at Darlington, so knows how to get around the tough tracks and is a previous champion. But so far, points-wise, he's looking pretty good. He's 12th, just a spot above Jeremy Miller, and yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before he gets that big breakthrough win this season.
All right, indeed. Going to be fun to see. Less than 40 seconds remaining. Looking back at the live chat, want to say thank you again to everyone that has joined on in watching. Thank you to everyone that's dropped a like on this stream. David Bell, the father of Christopher Bell, has joined on in as well. Eric W. Yes, I know things have gotten very busy. I know it's been really tough to promote. It's been tough to get in. I got in yesterday after Anderson. We drove well in the morning, just got to church, and then quickly had some other things to do later that evening. But here we are. We're still streaming. We're still sim racing. We're still having fun, and we can't wait for more to come. I'll give you guys my in-person schedule here in the next coming weeks because it's going to be a lot. So if you guys love the NR Night Side and you want to hear what I do in person, Racing America, Track TV, right now the home for everything I do. Some things on Flow Racing, but right now it's about area live on the IDK Player YouTube channel. Martinsville, the paperclip, 12 degrees in the corners. It may not look like it, but it is going to be one heck of a ride. Let's head trackside just for the time being. Hal Turner, Knoll, you're getting to learn these drivers for the newcomers as the weeks turn into months, and then soon the months will then turn into championship week, right? When things kind of get really refired. Bailey Turner, 25 machine, he's out on the speedway. Dylan Alt. Okay, Hunter picks. It's time for picks. We have yet to do picks. Who do you got?
Well, considering I've gone 2 for 2 since we've returned from our little break, and it's been the same guys week in and week out, I've been saying it that Solar Flare Racing, they've had pace. It's just a matter of time before they get into victory lane. It's called it with Jake Nichols, called it with Seth Knoll. Looking to go 3 for 3 the last 3 races, including tonight. James Scioli finally gets
Scioli.
Finished top 5 here last time in season 2, and the only other driver tonight that did so, teammate Jake Nichols.
I like going against the grain a little bit, honestly. Yes, we can pick the guys that you kind of expect, but that's not where you go ahead and get that big 3-leg parlay, right? That's not where you go ahead and take the screenshot, send it to the group chat. Yeah, look what we just got. Look how much I know wheel. He's on the screen right now. I'm going to go Jeremy Miller. I like the fact that he's a Tony Stewart fan. That doesn't exactly apply to his racing quality, right? But I also like the fact that he's gotten more involved with the community. I like how he's been running all 3 big things that, as a viewer, you'll love to see him go to victory lane. For me, I'll love to see him go to victory lane. And at the end of the day, he just went 4th on the speed charts. Jerry Miller, that's my guy. Eric W. put it in. David Bell put it in. Jade put it in. Connor put it in. All the viewers watching back at home. Brandon Bowie has joined in as well. Jonathan Evans. How about an underdog pick? Can you get one for us, Hunter?
Underdog pick. That's an interesting one. Underdog, kind of looking at guys are back in the point standings, looking to kind of make their way through. It's a tough one. I'm going to just take a shot in the dark, go with Hayden Swank.
Hayden Swank.
Yeah, 17th in the point standings, still looking for his first top 10 of the season, let alone top 5. I feel like tonight's going to be a breakthrough race for him, and his best finish came last week at Chicagoland 15th.
Okay, heck yeah. You know what? My underdog pick. Do I call him an underdog? I would say so. He hasn't been the victory lane yet. I'm going to go Travis Beckner. I like the Hendrick County Chevrolet. Very big opportunity today to go to victory lane at Martinsville. And the big thing to talk about, we do not want a return of how many cautions we saw at New Hampshire. But there is that possibility where iRacing can turn into iPacing. Once again, admins, they do not control cautions. What area brings out is the penalty system. And I spoke with some guys. I spoke with the Solar Flare 609, and I said, what's the worry of cautions? What's the worry of cautions? I feel like we're all kind of worried and tiptoeing. And it was almost that same worry we had where? North Wilkesboro. Where? A little bit at Chicago, Darlington, right? Where are these cautions going to come? And then they said, don't be surprised if we don't get a lot of cautions. You know why, Hunter? Nobody wants to rack up penalty points before the playoffs.
Yeah, especially, I didn't even touch on this. There's a number of drivers with EOLs. There's a few with drive-thrus. Everyone that's here tonight will make the show, so looking through, I think I'm double-checking this. I count 10, 11, maybe 12 guys with EOLs and 3 cars with drive-thrus. So good quarter of the field already in deep trouble.
Once again, if you guys want to continue to stick around, you guys want to continue to watch this great racing and view 2 more are soon to come, feel free to drop a like, subscribe, turn the notifications on. The 30th e-ticket event, the Indiana 500, will be coming up Friday. Let's go ahead and put into perspective some things. We'll be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Thursday. Driving home after. Gonna be here. Sim racing, sim broadcasting, should I say, for that Friday. 43 drivers. We're not doing the 3x3 start, just in case someone maybe makes one mistake. 1-day show, not a 2-day, and we'll be ready to go ahead and set the field for the second Indiana 500 ever happen on this YouTube channel. Big names are returning. We're gonna soon put out an entry list. Akaboezi is back. Caden Rush is back. Braden Movick is back. Kevin Champagne is back. If you watched last year's Indiana 500, that was really the big 4. Yahi Rodriguez is back, Zachary Troll, and there's 3 drivers in the Indiana 500 that will be taking place this Friday that won their split of the iRacing Indy 500. We'll continue that story come Friday. Right now, it's all systems go. Can you beat Seth Knoll? He goes to the top 100. You think it's time to go in and speak with him?
Or why not?
All right, let's go ahead and hear from Seth Knoll. No, you were blazing quick. How about it? I don't think we can hear, and we may not have the full audio update on that. Let's try it one more time. Seth Knoll, John Ramos, got a copy.
Hey.
I think he's just a little bit quiet on our end, so we're going to go ahead and drop him back. We'll see if we can get back to him just a little bit later with how things are going to go. Who's someone else that we know is going to be quick? Yeah, Dylan Alt, yes, you kind of expect that one. You mentioned James Scioli. He's always fun to speak with. Scioli, John Ramos, you got a copy.
Yep, I got you.
Oh, and he is loud and clear, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Regular season stride, Martinsville. It's the flip of the coin, right? It could be a crapshoot. It could be drivers tiptoeing, playing it safe, and then you got to worry about the bump and run.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some contact tonight, so just hoping to keep it clean. You know, we got a lot of laps. I'm just hoping that we can get at least a couple good green flag runs and just see what we got. Tires don't wear out much. It's going to be tough to make passes, so definitely look for some contact tonight for sure.
All right, big thing to note, it's not a night race. I know some drivers were questioning whether there hasn't been enough, or should I say, I want to say enough, more night races this year for area. Kind of dial into that. Do you like night racing? Do you like day racing? Which one do you prefer?
You know, the aesthetic of night's cool, but I'm more, on iRacing at least, I'm more a daytime race guy. I just feel like most of the cars at most tracks drive a lot better and race a lot better if the track time's a little hotter. You just can't get that at night, so definitely a daytime race kind of guy for me.
All right, look at the schedule. I'm going to go ahead. No, matter of fact, don't look at the schedule. Look at the racetrack ahead of you, right? You know, don't text and drive. Scioli, we got to go ahead and focus on some things here. Martinsville's now. Kansas is later. Coda's coming up, and then Talladega, the final race of the regular season. Which one of those tracks do you think you could find victory lane at?
I won at Kansas last year, so definitely looking forward to that, and had pretty decent speed on the road course at Watkins Glen earlier, so looking forward to the new shortened layout of Coda coming up in a couple weeks. And then Talladega, I mean, anybody can win. So honestly, these next 3 tracks, I think that got a good chance to get some playoff points and finally get a win on the board. So.
All right, good to know. Hunter, anything you want to ask?
Are you gonna win tonight? Because I kind of made you my pick.
That's the hope. The hope is to go out there and win. We'll see. Definitely just gonna be about survival, and I know that I'm sitting pretty good in the points right now, so just trying to walk away with as many points as I can today, and that'll help the playoff point situation as well come the playoffs. So just trying to survive tonight.
I don't know what we just saw Ryan Swan do, but you know he's doing something. He went ahead and decided to go get a hot dog from the infield. We're just gonna try to speak to him on that. James Scioli, Solar Flare, good luck tonight ahead of round number 9. 609, you know, they've been promoting so much. I want to speak with Jeremy Miller. I kind of just catch his 2 cents. Miller, John Ramos, you got a copy?
Yes, I do. How are you doing?
I want to personally thank you and all of 609 Motorsports for promoting the stream, promoting the broadcast on social media. You guys did a great job with it. It helps us, you know, continue to try to adapt and maybe grab a new audience. So appreciative on that. For you, you go stock car racing today. You go stock car racing tomorrow? I believe so, right?
Yes, and Thursday.
And Thursday. And then you got to jump in the open wheel side for the Indiana 500, your first e-ticket event. 609 has been doing best of both worlds, and you guys have really gained popularity that way, at least through the IDK Player YouTube channel on the iRacing side. What has kind of jump-started that idea for you to run the Indiana 500?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Connor do a couple of the e-tickets, and he said he had a good time, and I like driving Indy cars at Indy, so I figured I might as well sign up and do that one and go out there and just try to finish all the laps realistically and put on a good show.
Let's speak on realistically. How realistic of you going to victory lane today? Maybe this whole week. No, dive into the whole week of you possibly going to victory lane.
I'm terrible at Dover, so we won't be seeing victory lane in the next 2 races in the area. But tonight, you know, starting P7, one of the better qualifying efforts I've had this season. I feel like I've had the best pace I've had in years here. So this season as a whole, we had to start in Park Darlington, unfortunately, and then had a bad race last week, so we dropped to 13th in points. So need a really good day to go back up and get into that playoff fight. All
right, what do you want to say to these viewers before you go ahead and grid?
Yeah, just tune in the area every week on Mondays and the Indiana 500 this Friday at 8 on IDK Player.
10-4 on that. Jeremy Miller ready to hang out with us for a good bit of this week. Hunter, it is the month of May. What would you say, final thoughts before we go ahead and grid them up?
Well, I was actually going to bring up about Jeremy Miller. He had he was great in points. He was 6th place earlier, and he's kind of fallen down to about 13th in the standings. But we'll say his best races this season has come on flat tracks and short tracks. I want to say 7th at New Hampshire, which it's a flat surface compared to Martinsville, and then the short track in North Wilkesboro finished 11th. So I think Jeremy Miller's going to be in for a pretty good night.
All right, we're going to see them do some great things. They're going to go ahead and grid up. We're going to do a couple pace laps, and we'll be off and away here. With the Area Cup Series at Martinsville, because the pace laps are so short, let's start with your starting lineup, race fans, on the bottom of your screen. The starting lineup presented by Central Mobile Homes, Inc., Seth Knoll and Dylan Alt. Front row till not, because Dylan Alt, he's packing it up and headed to the rear. Row number 2, Jake Nichols and Connor Horn. I guess we're 2 for 2 because Horn heads to the rear. Welcome in Jake Matheson and Bailey Turner. Jake Matheson to the rear. Row 4, Jeremy Miller and Michael Curran. Row 5, Adam Cabot as James Scioli starting alongside him. It's a pair of Kenny Brady and Travis Beckner in row number 6. Row number 7, Tanner Betha and David Weishart. Betha, Boot, Scoot, and Sia to the rear. Row 8 to the rear goes Pay and Howell. Reiki Barroso joins in 23. Row 9, Brandon Bowie and Garrett Grant. Grant running that spicy number 5. Row 10, Reese Schaefer in the beautiful 97 has Jonathan Evans in 26. Row 11, Hayden Swank and Patrick Moose. Moose in that 34 machine. Row 12, Eric Polimis with Philip Groner. Groner to the rear. Row 13, Cosmin Yoshino and John Hall. Hall the winner from Homestead. Row 14, Bryce Senesac with Blaze McKinney. McKinney, great job on social media earlier today. Brad Slaughter Jr., great last name, alongside Brett Punkaris, number 35. Row 16, Justin Bondurant with Seth Berger. Wouldn't be surprised if this is Bondurant's first start this year. Tyler Nichols and Lee Norton, that is in row 17. Row 18, Justin Anasogak with Ben Pierce. Row 19 has Ed Robertson with Max Service going to the back. And then row 20, Dwayne Culberson with Ryan Swan. That makes up the starting grid for this evening's race. It's prime time for you all watching back at home, but it is daytime at Martinsville. It's going to be a hot, slick racetrack to go ahead and watch the racing here this afternoon. I want to say thank you to all the sponsors that have come on board for the Area Cup Series. From Central Mobile Homes, looking for a small or large home, a new shed, or a Triple Crown trailer, look no further than Central Mobile Homes. They've been proudly serving Florida customers for 29 years with a plethora of small and large home floor plans. Shed designs and Triple Crown trailers available in Okeechobee, Lewiston, and Sebring. Head to centralmobilehomesinc.com to get started today. Well, it's loud and thundering. You know, the noise doesn't really get out of Martinsville often because, well, this paperclip, small, tough, and fun to watch. Pace car makes a hard left onto pit road, and let's get ready to roll. Seth Knoll with Bailey Turner and company bring them 2x2 to light the fuse from Martinsville, Virginia. One lap in the books, and Seth Knoll says thank you very much. Jake Nichols to second, Bailey Turner in third, Miller, Cabot, Scioli and company either 2x2 or now starting to shuffle back into that single file rotation that you'll see conveyor belt around the speedway. Deeper back, Weishart, Bowie, Barroso, and Schaefer. Oh, stuck tight-knit as the laps continue to click off the board. Patrick Moose, John Hall. Hall in the 03 has Yonashinu in 71 underneath him. Moose to the outside. A couple heads there on that spoiler for Patrick Moose's 34. A nice little updated touch to his livery. Miller underneath Curran. 4 laps into that 200 lap feature that you're getting ready to currently watch. The most parts of this race that you could see issues where it could get treacherous, either the beginning or the end. Why is that? Okay, you start the race and some drivers haven't gotten that consistent flow. They start struggling a little bit. They get washed out of the groove. They can't hold on to that inside lane, pushing, shoving. And at the end, if we get a caution, that's where it turns into who can net gain when most possibly can. For Bowie and Weishart, they're toe-to-toe, working 195 laps to go. Seth Knoll, Jake Nichols. Caution on the speedway. And it is for an incident deeper in the field. Ryan Swan in the Rick's Hot Sauce 20. Still, in my opinion, the nicest scheme in the Area Cup Series. Maybe involved something. You saw Tanner Betha. Got a piece. Now we're under the yellow. Let's watch back. Oh, Betha, Howe, and Swan. They all mostly got collected with Garrett Grant in the 5. Go ahead and watch back once more. It happened just in front of him. Betha got loose coming off turn number 4. And a crowd of machines was there to greet him in that left front. One of our big things recently, at least in person, has been about viewer engagement. How can we get the viewer back at home to engage more with drivers? Ones that don't know, I do garage walks at most, and I think at this point it's going to be all events that I work with ASA, CRA, Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. And the best part about it is it allows the viewers to ask questions to drivers. Go ahead and hear what they got to say. So if you want to ask a certain question to a certain driver, feel free to go ahead and ask below. Give us their name. At some point we'll go ahead and interview and hear what they have to say, as long as the question is somewhat appropriate. I think that's the best way to go ahead and roll with it. We're also going to be doing that for the Indiana 500. We're usually going to go ahead and try a couple tests here and there, but the Indiana 500, you're in the same boat. Get a caution. Wants to ask a question to a certain driver. Full range to go ahead and do so. Was looking for Hunter Sluppy. There you are. What's the update?
2 incident points to Bethea for causing that wreck. Swan not happy that he's caught up in another wreck in the first 10 laps of the race, and that's about it. Everybody else is just shocked that it took this long for a yellow to come out, so I think there's some sort of progress that was made between the last time we were here back in Season 2. Should be fun to see how this restart is. Could be a sign of things to come for the leader.
All right, carousel progress. Love it. 190 laps to go when we go green this time around. Noel on the bottom, Nichols on the outside, Turner, Miller, Curran, and Scioli make up the top 6. Toyotas lead us back to the restart zone to green. Noel jumps out, Turner on the inside with Nichols up top. They're toe-to-toe for the second position. It is a racy one in the month of May. So many things going on iRacing. And here at Martinsville, jam-packed virtual crowd, jam-packed action with Weishart, Polimis, and Barroso. All tight-knit back to 1 and 2. Caution on the speedway. Around Punkari, should I say coming to a stop Punkari. with Blaze McKinney, and I think Max Service may have been turned sideways. He was with Brad Slaughter Jr. Well, Scam, you can go ahead and ask me that question. I will go ahead and answer it as long as it is mostly appropriate to everything going on. Yes, we can do Q&As. It could be for myself, Hunter, or any type of driver. And you kind of saw it the last moment there with Brad Slaughter Jr. in the 3. Drove it in deep. That's Norton in 85. Did he possibly give some help? No, I think Jr. just caught the curbing. And oh boy, just could not hold on to it at all. He almost had it saved, and I think right when he got back on the loud pedal, that's when she hooked sideways. Caution is out once again. Second caution of this race. 187 laps remaining in this one as Noel Nichols Turner. I was about to speak on it. Yes, a very busy time for this YouTube channel. So happening right now off camera, testing for the Indiana 500. They'll be testing tomorrow for it as well. I don't think we're going to live stream that. We thought about doing maybe a practice session to get people excited, live streaming practice of Indiana, maybe to get some people interested in running because it's a one-day show. But yes, we will have testing tomorrow. If you guys want that to be broadcasted, feel free to go ahead and let us know. And go ahead and be a perfect opportunity to speak with drivers and maybe just enjoy ourselves ahead of the upcoming 30th e-ticket event. Very, very fun indeed heading up. But yes, testing today, testing tomorrow, testing Wednesday, maybe private testing happening on Thursday. From the open wheel side to the stock car side area having their races on Tuesday, on Thursday as well. So much to gather now with 185 laps remaining on the board. Yes, that's right. Aiden Walker running with SKS for the Indiana 500. Hello to all the viewers back at home. 2 cautions in the books here for the Area Cup Series at Martinsville. Do we see more as we get ready to roll? Do I have any new jobs lined up for TV or online? Yes, indeed. Cannot speak on it, but I can't wait to have you all know. We'll update on social media. Look out this week. 2 Toyotas lined up, 2 Chevrolets just behind, and with 184 laps to go, we're back green from Martinsville. Turner underneath Nichols. That's the side-by-side for the second position. Just behind, you got Miller in 4th. Who can outbreak who for Jake Nichols? Easily does it and slots into 2nd. Seth Nolan, his Toyota, can start scooting away as they all line up. Left side of your screen, the difference between one driver to the next. Polimas in 79. He's underneath John Hall. There's Frankie Barroso in 23. Hayden Swank, Patrick Moose, Jonathan Evans, and Garrett Grant. Look at the damage on the nose of the 5, and you would expect that much damage to be there if you're racing within at least 50 laps at Martinsville. No, for the area shop Toyota. A punch to the nose it is just with a handful of laps in. Dylan Alt back in his number 47. And sideways goes Norton. Does he lock it down? He does. No one able to go ahead and try to keep the caution at bay as Norton may have gotten a hit on the right side, but the caution is out once more. Favorite IRL race that I've called? Oh man, I'm loving these questions. I'm loving these questions. We're gonna get into all that. I know so many of you are so interested on what has been changing, what's been going on, and I haven't been vocal for multiple reasons, mainly trying to keep it private, but there are some things. You know what? We reach 10 cautions, I'll let you know what I'm doing this coming up Thursday. If we reach 10 cautions in this race, I'll let you know. The Discord knows because they have to know. The Indiana 500 drivers know because they have to know on why things aren't going to be happening on certain days leading up, but I guess I'll let you guys know if we hit 10 cautions. Keep the tally. down to the live chat below. This may be a race of attrition. We saw it kind of live with Norton toe-to-toe there with Dylan All. Almost same song, second verse with Brad Slaughter Jr. Sideways, locked it down, had to get out of the way, and pow goes Goldbrith. 179 laps to go, pit road wide open. Let's go ahead and check in with Hunter Sleppy if we can. Hunter, what's going on?
Guys are just complaining about the amount of yellows and the lack of patience this early on at this stage of the race. Culberson not happy to be a part of that most recent wreck. A couple yellows ago, Brad Slaughter just said he got the wiggles, loss of talent on the driver error. So every incident tonight has been caused by self-spins, which is a little interesting. It's pretty much in the same part of the track, whether it's turn 4 or the front stretch. Very odd to say the least, but some guys have been talking about whether they want to downshift or not shift at all throughout the track, because this is the next gen, so you do have to shift at some point. Some guys are opting not to do that and seeing if it pays off in the very end.
All right, indeed. 178 to go. It's a long one. We got a road trip on our hands. Lights off. Favorite race that I've called this year? I would say favorite race does pit reporting count? Because Dominion is definitely up there. I would say North-South Super Late Model Challenge. I know the driver led lap to lap, but that was such an interesting race. They were racing in the mist, and at fairgrounds, very rarely do you see people use a third lane, and they were doing it. North-South Super Late Model Challenge as of now for this year, all time. Masters of the Pros. I'm going to say it. Masters of the Pros at Owasso. 3-wide finish. Dawson Sutton getting it done. That was so cool last year. As of now, Masters of the Pros. Love that you guys hanging out. Love the questions. We're back underway from Martinsville. Turner, Nichols, Miller, Beckner, Scioli, all lined up on the inside lane, single file. That's what it is right now. Curran, Brady, locked and loaded, and who's on the scene? Hello, 72. That's Kenny Brady. Bowie underneath, Polimas. Hall, Swank, Schaefer, Evans, Senesac, Nichols. Deeper on, Patrick Moose. Stuck in a jam. He's got Horn to his inside, still holding on wheel to wheel. Scioli in 8th. Beckner in 7th. As the Toyotas and Chevrolet start to duel again. Kenny Brady, hello and welcome to the top 6 and welcome to the Area Cup Series. He performed really well actually at Chicagoland, so some things just didn't go his way and the unfortunate incidents that occurred, but here he is, he's running, he's doing well, he's up inside the top 6. Can Evans save it? Yes, he does. And you're starting to see that challenge. Drivers who can hold onto their race car when having a downshift, coming off exit with full power. The next-gen stock car has always been tough on iRacing, including at Martinsville, and it's showing. Look at how the brake rotor just glows, and the checkup it is in the middle of 3 and 4. That looks to be the 71 of Yonashinu. Grant jumps to the outside. Moose on the brakes, and man, oh man, Ryan Swan, he locked it up, but still got into Evans and comes to rest just off the exit of turn number 2. Caution. $169 laps to go. Let's watch back. Watch Ryan Swan. He almost got help. Locks it up. Catches the curbing and net codes up to the 26. And that is what brought the caution out once again. Love these comments. Love updating you guys. And once again, sorry for not being very active on this channel. Yes, a lot of things going on in person. And a lot of these shows are moving from one-day shows to two-day shows. Two-day shows mean sometimes 4 days on the road. Lots of things going down. I mentioned Owasso with the Masters of the Pros as I guess my favorite race that I have called. I might have to retract that because just in the memory bank came All-American 100 this year, or should I say last year. A lot of my most memorable races have been at the fairgrounds, but Owasso is one of the best tracks to ever broadcast a race at. I would say Owasso, Michigan, they're having a huge rising project that's going to look really good. I love calling races at Anderson. I mean, we didn't have too many cars for the Jegs race last weekend at Anderson. That's definitely going to be up there. That is one of the most underrated races I think I've ever been a part of in the TV booth for. Unbelievably good. Like, insanely good. There's a replay out there right now on the Racing America YouTube channel if you guys want to go ahead and watch it. Was awesome. What's your favorite IDK Player YouTube moment? Ooh, that's a great one as well. So I want to point out, every broadcaster loves to say, my favorite call is the next one. I can't wait for my next call. Very excited for that. But nostalgia, I know I'm going to have some that are definitely like, yes, that is my favorite. I would say YouTube-wise, Mosteller winning the Alabama 500. We had so many challenges with that event, so I would say that finish was up there. Last year's Indiana 500, I think, was just a chef's kiss. That was the greatest e-ticket, in my opinion, that we have had possibly ever. I thought about making a video about some of those things, so I'm not going to say fully is. I'm definitely a top 5. I'll have to watch back on them all. But I think Indiana 500 last year, amazing. Just too good. Too good and too fun to call. And this year's Florida 500 back underway from Martinsville. Kenny Brady in 6th, Miller in 5th. 2x2 they roll. You see the crossover for Brady to the inside of Miller. Spoke with Miller earlier in the broadcast. Lot to work with, and around they go in the back. Moose and a Sogak. Ryan Swan finds the inside barrels, and they're under the caution again. Never called the Little 500. Unfortunately, won't have the opportunity to head to Anderson this year for the Little 5. But yes, that's one thing I love about some of these racetracks that I get to go to. You'll go to the Texas Roadhouse or the Carrabba's or the Applebee's, or you'll go to the Meijer down the road, and they'll have racing-related things that are kind of homages to the tracks that are just within a mile or two from them. So pretty cool. I love Anderson. I think that's a really cool racetrack. I think most people should have the opportunity to go there, because I think that's just one of those tracks you could have 15 cars, you can have 25, you got 33. It's still going to be that good. For Ryan Swan, he's getting a kick out of that hot sauce. To the barrels he went. Let's go watch a replay. Did it happen in front of him? I think it just did. No. Did come between him and Moose. And Sogak quickly to the off-road. Caution after caution. We have seen a good bit of it so far tonight. Seth Knoll, Jake Nichols. Want to say thank you to our sponsors in Victory Fuel. Celebrate tonight's win with Victory Fuel. Choose from caffeine-free flavors like Throttle Punch, Purple Potion, or Lucky Lemon. Each can is packed with electrolytes, charged with vitamins, and kid-friendly. Get 10% off your order with code AREA iRacing at checkout. And Rick's Hot Sauce, I mean, we've seen a lot of it so far tonight. Best hot sauce made locally in South Florida. Try the classics like Golden Garlic, Palm Beach Pineapple, or South Beach Heat. Follow the Rick's Hot Sauce Rookie of the Year battle in the Area Cup Series and see which driver takes home the $100 prize as the highest finishing rookie in the point standings. You see Elite Entertainment up there. Hey, add some life to the party this spring with Elite Entertainment. Located in Bowling Springs, South Carolina, Elite Entertainment provides high-quality band production to entertain at any location, including karaoke, singo, which is music bingo, and more. Visit the link tree, Elite Entertainment LLC, for all contact info. Let's ride again. Toyota has been holding strong with Nolan Nichols as they work toe-to-toe, coming off turn number 4, back underway for Martinsville. Nolan Nichols, Turner and Curran, Miller up to 5th. Hang on, he got Brady in 6th. He got Beckner back in 7th. And there he is down on the inside trying to make up all that possibly lost time. Fastest lap of the race. You see it at the bottom of your screen. And caution is out again. This time we don't really see any spins that happen in the back. Blaze McKinney, Max Service. Let's watch. And the best part about last year's Indiana 500, the drivers that were talked about immensely have returned. And they're ready to roll. Unfortunately, just a one-day show this year. We couldn't be able to go ahead and do all the qualifying stuff. We are very, very excited to kind of showcase just how it's all going to go down. Lock up there, Ryan Swan. Holbrook sideways, and around he goes. Let's go ahead and dial in Hunter Sleppy. Sleppy, it's that color yellow again. I think is not pleasing too many drivers.
Yeah, the yellow before this one, Travis Beckner was not happy with Kenny Brady, saying who brought him in, just upset about the way he was being raced, and Patrick Moose and the Solid Rock Performance team were kind of appalled that they were given +2 incident points for that last yellow. Thought the 20 came up into him, 20 kind of held his line, and then admin ruled that the 34 came down into the 20 of Ryan Swan. Dwayne Culberson not having a good time, but a lot of people are just skeptical as to how this track got on the schedule, as it's in a voting process, and somehow, some way, it got on, and everyone's just kind of contemplating, well, what was going on through everybody's minds on voting day. So 6 guys with +2 incident points so far. Triforce Racing, can't remember who it was. It was either Robertson or Ben Pierce. They said, well, you're pretty much guaranteed pole next week if you don't have any incident points. So they're doing their best to keep a clean race car for the rest of the race.
That is so true. Wow. That is like really true. Okay. It's a race within a race in a way.
Yeah, I mean, 6 guys already with +2 points, and we're about around a quarter of the way, so still plenty of guys to fall victim to that.
Hey, listen, if you ever decided to go ahead and drive any of the interstates in the United States during, I don't know, just outside of Christmas, heading into that New Year's area, it's a heck of a road trip. A lot of stops, a lot of red flags. I think we have that here. It took me about 14 hours to get from Central Florida to Knoxville, Tennessee one time. You just have to know how to keep focused on the road ahead. Back green with 152 to go from Martinsville. Turner under Nichols. There's Curran hanging out with Miller underneath him. Brady, with Beckner, Bowie, and others. Riding on with Brandon Bowie in 8th. Ice, he's been running all year. 150 to go. Scioli Polimas, Bear Polimas, has raced pro late models multiple times, including with the Jack Series All-Star Store. He's up to 11. Groner and Asogak. Only driver out of this race so far is Tanner Betha. And the caution will wave once more. Ed Robertson. Did he get collected? No check just yet. But Norton and all a little bit deeper coming to a slow. Oh, there it is, Ryan Swan. Caution out again. Ryan Swan, I believe, has been in 3 of them. Now we get to go ahead and take a look back. Did he get help? No, got the curbing again. And goes around with Peyton Howell not having much room to roam. And Ryan Swan has exited the premises, will be out for the remainder of this race. 148 laps to go. Oh my goodness, people caught the reference. Oh wow, that is pretty cool. Love the fact that you guys can catch some of my references. So I do make certain references to certain nods on the in-person side, sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. That one definitely was on purpose. I'll say it. Hands up. The opportunity was there. The camera looked exactly like it did. What was it, 2020, 2021 with Cody Ware going around? And Mike Joy making that reference. I had to. I'm sorry. It would have been so rude of me not to make that reference, and I got the opportunity to right there. Hunter Slumpy, how are you?
Better than Ryan Swan. He has parked it, called it a night because he got another 2 incident points, bringing his total from 0 to 4. So he had 4 just in this race alone, 0 throughout the rest of the season. Heading into tonight, he'll have a drive-through for the next couple of weeks. If he keeps it clean, then they'll just go down to EOL. Should be on pace to be at 0 for, actually it wouldn't be at 0, but it'd be on pace for, I believe, just a warning for Talladega. So he's focused on the bigger picture in the coming weeks.
10-4 on that. Who's led the most laps in this race? You guessed it. That of Seth Knoll, 54 out of 55. Construction on all ends here at Martinsville Speedway, which is why we've had the slow. 145 laps to go. Curran, Miller, Beckner, caution. Connor Horn. A loop and pull, and I don't think those Goodyears are looking cool. Damage on both ends of his 609 Motorsports machine. Oh, did he even get help? I don't think so. Oh, yes, he did. Cosman, Iona Shinu. Bowls a strike and bang, Connor Horn goes in the wall. We have not been able to interview most drivers. Once again, if you have any questions for any drivers, go ahead and ask in the live chat below. We'll be sure to go ahead and ask them to the drivers. Connor Horn, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, Cosman didn't pay attention. And, you know, same checkups we've been having every restart. And I guess someone spun the tires. Maybe it was a little more than normal, but you're supposed to check up earlier. And, you know, he just booted me, so it's what it is.
It is.
Made up good progress. My 609 Motorsports car is still okay. I think we can get their damage repaired, but made good progress. Kind of stalled out around 15th, but that was still fine, and I got to repair damage and get through there again.
Something to note, 609, right? Made multiple e-ticket starts now with yourself. Are you going to be watching Jeremy Miller this Friday?
Definitely will, if not spotting him even. Trying to do some
no
strategy.
way.
Maybe. I'll probably be trying to, at best I can. We both ran official Indy 500s last year and had pretty good runs going. We both didn't have them finished the way we wanted to, but I think it should be fun to watch him, see what he can do in an IndyCar. He's gained a lot of speed the last year on iRacing as a whole, so I'm definitely going to be trying my best to try to get him a victory, and I'm sure he'll hang that over my head if he gets an e-ticket victory before me. So I'll be looking forward to that, hopefully being a part of it.
Yeah, it's a fixed setup, but you got an opportunity to play with what, the weight jacker? Did they add the hybrid components yet? I don't think so. I think we still have the same component from last year.
Yeah, I don't think they have that yet, but you'll still have, you know, your different engine mappings to work with. You'll definitely see, I think you'll see fuel saving from the very get-go, so that'll be a key part of it as well. And just, you know, the more fuel you save, the smaller run you'll have towards the end of the race, and I think that'll really end up playing a factor if we get a long green flag run, just having the fuel to get to the end, and that extra lap could be so important. We've seen it in real life before, so hopefully have them ready for that race and have it prepared.
Good luck the rest of this race.
Thank you.
That is Connor Horn with 609. They're very excited for Friday as well. I hope everyone else. Back underway from Martinsville. Nichols in that Toyota to the outside of Bailey Turner. .140 laps remaining. Seth Knoll will remain in the race lead. Curran way up the track, 3 wide. And James Scioli is there with Barrett Polimas. Beckner, Brady, Hall underneath. Not a lot of racetrack to work with. They're laying on each other off turn 4. Kenny Brady gets to the line before the other two, but has to fall in line and gets tagged. Around goes Hall. Caution will wave with 138 to go. Kenny Brady goes for a loop. And we get to watch back again. There's Hall. Brady goes around. Polimas avoids him. And there he goes. So for the ones that are wondering, this is not NR Night in America admitting. This is not area admitting. What area does, it's their rule. Their rule is iRacing calls the cautions. Now, if you ever watched NR Night in America and you saw like a 4 or 5 car wreck happening back there in 40th and wondered, that's weird, isn't a caution supposed to come out? It's because we enforce things usually on a relaxed side on a public state. For e-tickets, the admins control the cautions and the penalties all together. Per area's rulebook, iRacing goes ahead and throws the cautions whenever they please, if they believe the incident on track is worthy of not keeping the race under green, and then the admins go ahead and award penalty reports and penalty points that are then applied to the next round. So keep that all in mind. NR Night in America admitting and NR Night in America rules do not carry over to the Area Cup Series. And I guarantee you a lot of diehards down the chat went right now, well, duh, because 8 cautions in, I think half the field would have been kicked. But that's just how we do things over there with NR Night in America. Kind of like the Wild West, but it's fun, you know? There's been times where we had about 2 or 3 cautions, and what did we do? We said, okay, that's it. Frank DeAngelis, all 5, get him out of here. Right? And a couple of his friends too, get him along out. Then also we'll have like green flag racing for the next 40 laps. League racing, different from NR Night. NR Night, different from e-tickets. You get 3 different kind of branches now with this community, which is honestly really exciting. It's honestly very fun as well. Eric W., I might have to do that. I might have to do that for the Indiana 500. Did go ahead and ask you guys if you would like the Indiana 500 practice to be streamed tomorrow. 86% said yes. We're going to keep it in mind. There's no guarantee of it. So kind of just be on the lookout. Maybe yes, maybe no. It depends on what the drivers want And if we do it on a different platform, we'll let the Discord definitely know on those things. There is a production meeting tonight, so we'll hopefully have those answers by the time we go to sleep. Knoll, Nichols, Turner, Miller, top 3. 2 Toyotas, 2 Chevrolets, back underway from Martinsville. Hayden Swank, Schaefer, Barroso, long way around, not able to get the runoff corner exit. Company deeper on in the field. Now this race is definitely not going to be mostly about strategy. It's mostly going to be about finding the good fight and climbing the ladder that is on the left side of your screen. For Scioli, he knows just how to do that. He's under Beckner, but Hendrick County number 28 really is strong on the outside. Bowie and Curran. Polimas in 11th. Swank in 12th. Schaefer, Barroso. Garrett Grant, there's his Toyota lined up. You almost saw Dylan Alt get out of shape, was very strong in practice. Matter of fact, Dylan Alt went quick time in practice. And for the race lead, it's a solar flare 1-2. Jake Nichols trying to see if he can find his way around Seth Knoll. Knoll up to cover. Nichols trying to go a little bit further. He's not able to dial in the race car the way he wanted. Michael Curran. Doing what he can to hang on. Travis Beckner. Beckner on top. Bowie on the bottom. And with 127 laps to go, we got our stride. This is Area Cup Series live on the IDK Player YouTube channel. Updates on drivers still left in the race. We got 34 on the lead lap. Cabot, McKinney, Bondurant are all at least one or more laps down. Brad Slaughter Jr. 38 down with Tanner Betha and Ryan Swan exiting the facility. They will not be continuing in this Martinsville round. This being round number 9. Round 10 will be happening next week. We want to say thank you to everyone that's been keeping up with the Area Cup Series throughout the entirety of the 2025 season. Kansas will follow next week. That's going to be one heck of a show. Coda, Talladega to end the regular season. Seth Knoll, 3/10 ahead of Jake Nichols. Behind he got Miller. Behind he got Hall. And Sean Hall, remember, got involved in an incident just a little bit earlier in this race. He's there, he's looking, and he's ready to pounce. And the separation, Polimas catching the outside wall a little deeper in the field. This is where Dylan Alt can make up some ground because of how the cautions have flared. He has not been able to really make up any speed any time. There's the lap for lap, bottom of your screen, so not exactly making up to the leader because of the traffic, but lowest is 34th, highest is 2nd. That's mainly because he was going to qualify in that position. Currently sitting in the 12th position, Dylan Alt. Time to make up, yes, but less than he originally had when we started this race, the 200 lap feature. There's Nichols. Caught the wall. Seth Knoll hanging out. Miller, Scioli, Bowie, Matheson. Then there's Beckner. Then there's Curran. Michael Curran in 10th. Dylan Alt in 11th. Hayden Swank. Swank holding on there in that 12th position. That 70 machine's wound up. He's got Polimas just underneath. Crossover. Swank and Polimas, Dylan Alt. With Curran single file on the bottom. 119 laps remaining from Martinsville. Turner and Hall, nose to tail, third and fourth. The stride is on. Deeper in the field, lap traffic will soon play a role. Brad Slaughter Jr. still on pit road. Seth Knoll has led them all. He's got Brett Puncari just in front of him. Puncari jumps out of the way. Nichols will find his way around the 35. And if Turner catches Puncari in the middle of the corner, never mind. Puncari going well out of the way, avoiding any type of oncoming traffic, but still allows John Hall to make a move for position. Fight for third, Hall underneath Turner. Max Service. Washing wide, drivers coming through on the bottom, Jeremy Miller. Then there's Jake Matheson. Matheson in 8th, Bowie in 7th. Lined up inside part of the track. Yeah, Alt is there. I mean, he can make the move right now on Travis Beckner, completely filling up the mirror. And look at the nose damage on the 47. Has he been pushing? Has he been shoving? I think so. Heck of a ride for Brandon Bowie. He is up to the 7th position and has been having one heck of a ride, and I think it's about time we have probably one of those mid-race updates. Hunter Sluppy, we have some green flag action. Any updates from you? Let's go ahead and see if we can try it again. Hunter Sluppy, we've had some green flag action. Any updates from you?
Just some guys actually wanting a yellow, and that being from Solar Flare. I think it was Skyling who was saying, "Come on, where's my yellow?" And I said, "Stop! Don't ruin a good thing. Don't manifest the yellow." Ed Robertson is trying to enjoy a nice beverage, which he said he stacked up nicely during the yellows. But now that we got this green, well, never mind. Ed Robertson, you can now enjoy your beverage. The yellow's back out.
What was he drinking?
Soda.
Okay, I mean, you never know. Is Ed Robertson? I believe he's old enough to drink other things.
He definitely is, but I think he's just looking for a sugary drink.
There you go, there you go. Remember, race fans don't allow race fans or race car drivers to drive drunk. Keep that in mind. 111 laps to go, caution is out, and we're going to figure out who it was. Hunter Sluppy still with us. Hunter, who did you see? Oh, he did. He got help. They usually say be a Moose, and in this case, I want to be Patrick Moose. Off turn 4, him and Connor Horn. Is it Senesac in 09? Yes, it is. Tap once. Comes the rest, just off turn 4. What have you seen so far, Hunter?
So just complaining about the track overall. Some guys, with how they're being raced, like I mentioned earlier, with Travis Beckner, and complaining about Kenny Brady. Other guys are just, well, David Weishart pointed out that if he stays out for the rest of the race, he's good to go fuel-wise, but tire-wise, I'm not sure if that's going to do anything. I think that's one of the reasons why he stayed out, and especially at this part of the race, track position, very key, yellow after yellow. I mean, they had a good little stint going, but some guys are trying to play the long ball with the fuel.
All right, caution number 10. That means I have to go ahead and let everybody know what's going on. What was the record, 20?
It was this season 25 at New Hampshire.
For Martinsville, though, it's 20.
Oh, 20, yep.
Sweet, 10-4. So I'll let you guys know what's going on. While there hasn't been much promotion, I will be, I'm going to use that word. I'm going to say it in a way because we're not really supposed to be letting others know, but we've had to let, and I say we because there's a couple people that have been kind of helping me out with this. We've had to let drivers in the Discord know because of how the scheduling has been leading up to this e-ticket. Usually it's like 4 or 5 days of hard nose and nothing stops. In this case, it is hard nose and then we have a day or two to stop. We'll be on IndyCar Radio for the Indy 500 practice this Thursday. It is planned to be from 3 to 6 o'clock. It is, let's see what you got. How about that? I bet that's the way I get to explain it to you all. So let's see what you got, kid, and we'll see kind of what happens next. There's no guarantee I'll have another one, but very excited and thankful for IndyCar Radio inviting me on and allowing me to pit report the Indianapolis 500 practice this coming up Thursday. So, yes, I'm going to be going from that to then the Indiana 500 on Friday. Be driving back up to the Indianapolis area. Going to be coming back to Nashville just shortly after. And it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of focus has gone into it. 3 wide. You saw it from the restart ahead. Nichols and others. But yes, that is currently what's kind of going on behind the scenes. And I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun, a lot of excitement heading in. And thank you guys all for making it really possible, because if it wasn't for the iRacing side, that would not be a thing. Caution is out. Pierce, Dillon all going around and up into the outside wall. So yes, you guys, and it's a live thing as well. It's not just, you know, off air, let's see what you can go ahead and do. And you guys can go ahead and listen to it live if you have IndyCar Radio from 3 to 6 o'clock. If they throw it to pit road, they could be throwing it to me, they could be throwing it to someone else. Not a lot of detail on how long I'll be down there, but yes, as of this moment, it looks to be from 3 to 6 o'clock. So go ahead and listen live, IndyCar Radio. Senesac catching the wall. Here's Dillon on, and Jeremy Miller went swing right to the left rear. And around he goes into the outside wall. 104 laps to go. Kenny Brady is up to second. 10 cautions in the books. Let's see if we can go ahead and talk to Dillon on. Oh, John Ramos, you got a copy.
What's up?
How's the damage?
I have no idea. I know last time I was at 20 seconds, but I'm not entirely sure, but I guess it doesn't matter too much, but I don't know what to do from here. I don't know whether to just stay out on these tires or try to drive to the field on some new tires or what. I got 2 sets left, so
really?
But yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna hang out with you just for a little bit. Are you live streaming right now?
No, I'm not live streaming.
Oh, you're just live streaming the Discord. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got a couple wins to your name. You're now back in the number 47. Is that going to be for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, 47 was the number that I chose, and then my team was wanting me to run the 3, but yeah, 47 for the rest of the season.
All right, pretty cool. Lights off on the top. The strategy, like, let's be real, there really isn't going to be a strategy for the rest of the race.
No strategy whatsoever. It's just gonna be luck, really.
So how do you get back up there?
I feel like the top has been rolling a little bit on the restarts, and then after we get like 5 laps or so, they start falling back. So it's whenever the bottom kind of opens up, and if there's a checkup, you might not want to lift for it if you want some spots, but it's just stay out of the wrecks. I don't know about last restart or last wreck. I don't know if that was my fault or what. I don't feel like it's my fault at all. I went down to the bottom and then I just got ran through, so I don't know what you saw. I don't know who the penalties on. I just want to 0x this race.
All right, well, we'll continue to monitor things. Good luck. Back underway from Martinsville Speedway. Seth Berger, Michael Curran washing well out of the groove. Trying all things to keep the car rolling. 3 wide underneath. Hayden Swank trying to just thread on in. Trouble. Ran around deeper in the field. And a Silgak as well. Caution will wave. and that's how it all comes together. Let's go ahead and watch back. Full lap. Q&A, always fun hanging out with you all. Oh, Berger got on the fence. And that's how that all kind of came together. The opportunity to do area wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for our sponsors, Hendry County Motorsports Park. Join us this Saturday, May 17th, to see the CR USA Street Stocks, open wheel modifieds, and more. Tickets are $20 for adults, and kids ages 5 and under are free. Bring the family to the track with the family pack of 4 at $25. Come see the racing, the southernmost dirt track in America, located in Clewiston, Florida, off US Highway 27. Visit Hendry Racing for more information. Rolling around the speedway, I'm at an opportunity to go ahead and speak with more guys. Yeah, Kenny Brady's the race leader. It would be fun to speak with him. Solid Rock drivers kind of doing their own thing. Solar Flare drivers stuck in the traffic jam. All right, Kenny Brady, he's with Lucky Duck. Brady, John Ramos, you got a copy.
Hello?
Kenny Brady, John Ramos, you got a copy.
Yeah, I was on my phone.
Boom, we got you. All right. You're up front, 96 to go. How did you get formed with Lucky Duck, and welcome back to iRacing?
Yeah, Lucky Duck. I actually had a deal with them at the start of the season, and then I decided I wasn't gonna race. So I kind of already had that opportunity lined up, and it kind of fell into my lap. And yeah, here we are. We're leading. So hopefully I stay here, but I don't think so. We'll see.
Everyone's in aggressive mode because of these cautions. How do you take this restart last second?
Pray.
Pray, I like it. Good luck. Kenny Brady, Lucky Duck, here they come. Back to the line for the restart. 94 laps to go. Brady and Knoll, 1-2, Weishart, Turner on the outside lane. Oh, kind of just creeping on in there. Tiptoeing. Swank and company. 3 wide, Weishart, he's in the middle. Yonashinu on the inside. Tries to drill a hole, and I think he's going to be able to do it. Miller, Schaefer, Moose, that's just outside the top 20. Weishart going wide. Barroso. Oh, trouble and Swain crosses in front of the field, and the big one erupts on the front straightaway with 91 laps to go. My goodness, what a pileup. Kind of just happened. Did he turn right or did he spin the tires? Watch again. A tough deal for Polimas. As he just lost control and snapped loose. $89 to go. Seth Knoll has led them all, if I am not mistaken. No, he is not. Under Green believes so, with coming to pit road and where he is in his pit stall. I think that's where we have seen the difference. Well, we got to go ahead and ask you, the viewers, who do you want to... Excuse me. So hard, pardon me on that one. Who do you want to speak to? How about Cosman, more Lucky Duck drivers? Yonashinu, John Ramos, you got a copy. Let's go ahead and try it again. Yonashinu, John Ramos, you got a copy.
Hello, what's up?
All right, hanging out there. Any new paint schemes you made recently?
At least one a day.
One a day. How does the whole commission thing work?
DM me? Yeah, DM me.
What's the nicest game you've made this year?
I'm not exactly sure. I think it has to be the 48 price chopper car for Coke.
Oh, okay.
Or mine. There's something that I really like about that.
All right. Just a couple questions to go out there. Well, with 87 laps to go, good luck. That is Cosman Yonashinu. We'll continue to get updates as this race goes on from different drivers. 87 to go. We'll bring it to 86 in just a matter of moments. Pace car, the hard left on the pit road as we get ready for green. Back underway from Martinsville. Matheson, Scioli, Bailey Turner in front of John Hall. Mostly 2x2 set up behind the race leaders. Keep an eye on Peyton Howell. He's been involved in some incidents tonight. Yonashinu up to 9th. What a run he has had. Scioli into the 6th position. Matheson, Hall, Turner. Nichols, P2, has not been able to find his way around Seth Knoll. Turner hanging out in the 3rd position, but John Hall watching on for 4th. And the stride is on with 86 to go. Caution. It may have been Anias Sogak, Caden Swank. It is both those drivers involved. Oh, Kenny Brady. Got in deep to Weishart, and the runaway train it is. Drove it in deep and packed the punch. Let's see if we can go ahead and find Hunter Sleppy. Oh, Sleppy's in here. Hunter, I want to point out, I went through every single Discord chat to go ahead and find you, and boom, what's up?
David Weishart is big time mad at Kenny Brady, saying there's a reason why no one wants him in here. What an idiot. Not too pleased about what happened on that most recent yellow.
See, I think this is what happened, okay? Kenny Brady saw the C gap open. He said, you know, let's go ahead and punch this thing in for 6, and then forgot, oh, wait, hold on, it's not football. At least the conception. Is he going to get any penalty points? I'm guessing so.
He's already got 2. He's got 2 more to his name tonight.
Oh, he's up to 4. So who's got the most penalty points so far? Do we know?
From this race or the season alone?
I would say, do you know both?
Heading into this race, it was a tie between Blaze McKinney and Sam Brochu. In this race alone, I'd have to say it's a tie between Kenny Brady and Ryan Swan.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and... Well, Ryan Swan is already out of this race. Kenny Brady is still racing. Are we expecting it to stay a tie, or...
Well, it's up to the drivers for them to settle it out and find out for themselves.
All right, good to know. Looking back at the live chat, I want to say thank you to everyone that's been hanging out with us as we get the lights off. No, I am not married. And no, I do not have a girlfriend. David Phil asking that question. With 78 laps to go. Full focus right now on the broadcasting side. 2 Toyotas line up on the front row. Chevrolets in the second row, with Toyotas lined up in third. 77 laps remaining here from Martinsville. Back underway from Virginia. Knoll gets ahead. Turner and Nichols toe-to-toe. Matheson. Underneath, 2 by 2 by 2 it is. Caution. Polimas maybe had a piece of it. There's Brett Bunkari slow on the front straightaway. Unfortunately was not able to go and get it working the way he wanted. Let's take a peek. Blaze McKinney goes around. Just mention him with his penalty points. Was he the root cause of it? That's going to be the new question. Yes, he was. Went for a slide. .75 laps to go. Nichols, Knoll, still the top 2. Let's see who else we can go ahead and speak with. I believe we're not going to have anybody really come to pit road now. It's going to be about track position till the end of this race. McKinney went for a lube. Jake Matheson. He's running in fourth. The Solid Rock driverless here. Matheson, John Ramos, how are you?
Hello.
Been a lot of cautions here. High pacing.
Yeah, a lot of high pacing. I had to start in the back because I had penalties from North Wilkesboro, and it's lucky to come out of this with no damage. But it's kind of hard to go anywhere. Can't really build runs too well. It's costing Martinsville, but it's fun.
So what are the drivers saying? They got to be yapping it up in there.
Yeah, half of them are mad. One of them left. The other 2 are kind of chilling. So Patrick keeps getting run over apparently, and he's like slowly getting closer and closer to a crash out. So it should be good. But other than that, it's great.
Oh, yeah, we should have a crash out counter.
Yeah, we should. I think he's 1 or 2 more dumps away from just like doing the Ross Chastain or something, and then all that flooring. I don't know. He won't actually do that, but it'd be fun to watch.
Well, we've seen Dylan All, Philip Groner, Culberson are out. Swan is out, Betha is out, Slaughter is hanging out on pit road. We're down to 30 drivers on the lead lap. We're at, what is it, 14 cautions? Yes, it is. 14 cautions so far, so over under 20.
I'm going with the over. I'm going over 19.5. A lot of heavy hitters out of this one. So it's going to be hard to break up. It's going to be hard to break up Seth and Jake, but we'll give it a shot.
All right. I like the little, the sports betting lingo there. All right, Jake Matheson, ready to go back with Solid Rock. Good luck.
Thank you.
Matheson away, 71 laps to go for Martinsville. Knoll, Nichols, Turner. Mention Matheson in 01 on the outside of the 03. Miller and Beckner, Howell and Barroso. Turner underneath. Matheson underneath him. 3 Toyotas, 2 Chevrolets, Toyota with 2 Chevys just behind as well. And 69 laps to go in this race. There's Hall underneath Turner. Trying what he can to get it to roll. He's got it. And they all single file out with hopes of a long green flag run. Now, if they do get it, it's still going to be tough to go ahead and pass Seth Knoll. We've seen Jake Nichols do what he can going for that position consistently. Miller in 7th, Beckner in 8th, Howell back to the 9th position as he rides in single file. Three Toyotas, 2 Chevrolets. Fastest lap, left side of your screen by the drivers running up inside the top 10. 19.4, 19.445. Miller in 7th. Looking for something, wondering if he can get anything. Jake Nichols has been about 3/10 back consistently, and now we'll get a challenge for that 2nd position. He's there, he wants it. Brake rotors glowing on the right side for Jake Matheson. 63 laps to go. Brady back in 11th, Bowie in 10th. And Payne Howell hanging on in 9th. What do you do if you're Jake Nichols? 3/10 the difference. He's got Matheson behind, he's got Hall behind. No one has really been able to make a strive for the race leader, or at least the driver in front. Here's Miller underneath Scioli. .60 to go. Yoneshinu 15th, Schaefer in 16th. Lined up in that single file positioning, and I think we're starting to get the stride that we're all so very much used to with how this race has really kind of worked together. Now, can we see someone go for the race leader? Watching on with Yoneshinu, Seth Knoll, there he is in 1. Have not been able to find kind of any updates on any other drivers, so we stay green as it is. A 10th here, a 10th there, or should we say 100th here and 100th there. That's how the race is going to have to pretty much play out for that of Jake Nichols. He sees the back bumper, he just can't go up there and grab it. Seth Knoll striving for victory lane. Matheson and Hall. Really, whatever they can come by. Miller underneath, the fight for 5th. Man, way up the racetrack. Trying to see what he can do. There's Matheson in 3rd. Nichols in 2nd. John Hall in 4th. Single file, bottom side of the racetrack. 52 coming to 51 to go. Kari washing wide. Caution, 50 to go. Senesac, Scioli parked sideways. Bolimus and others will come to pit road. Let's go see what happened. Bowie and Howell racing for position. As it all kind of unfolded just in front of him. And there you saw Peyton Howell, 52. Scioli in the 7 and Netcode. Did Seth Knoll get beat off pit road? He did. Matter of fact, it was Jake Nichols, the teammate, that got out in front of him. Beckner to 2nd and Knoll to 3rd. What changes up from the dominant day here at Martinsville Speedway. Knoll back to 3rd. Wow. Really just with 48 laps to go. .47 laps will remain. Hunter, update.
Yeah, so that last yellow, big net code between Peyton Howell and James Scioli, so no incident points there. The yellow previous place, McKinney got +2, so that's not going to be good for him. And yeah, guys are just shocked that they went that long without a green, but you know what they say, cautions breed cautions, so...
Oh, don't say that.
Still got about 40 plus laps left, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Jake Nichols, control car in that number 73, back underway from Martinsville Speedway. Nichols, Polimus, Scioli caution. Now the good news about this production, I have Black Rifle Coffee sitting right next to me because we do have a production meeting at the conclusion of this race. It's been able to keep me well informed, well focused. You're not supposed to be having coffee this late. It is 9:24 local. But the cautions have definitely been a part of this race, and in some ways, in troubling ways at that. Black Rifle Coffee. Didn't pay for it. Knew someone that worked there and said, hey, yeah, I have about 4 or 5 packs on me. And I said, heck yeah, let's try this thing. That is smooth, baby. I'm telling you. It is really good. Take a peek. This is Scioli with Els Barroso backwards. And Kenny Brady stacked up there with Evans. Yeah, honestly, Black Rifle Coffee, very smooth. It is like dang good. I saw it on the side of some cars in NASCAR at one point with the Cup Series. Right, I believe they're on Noah Grexon's machine at one point. And I knew some people were like, hey man, you gotta try it, you gotta try it. I'm like, I'm not a coffee guy, I'm really not that type of person. What do you guys drink? Do you guys drink coffee at all? I know some people love energy drinks, and then finally got the opportunity to drink some Black Rifle Coffee, and I'm telling you, I drank it once at 9 o'clock, and by 1 a.m. my eyes felt like they're just wide open. I just couldn't close them to go to sleep. It works. You ever have, if you're ever like feel a little draggy, this is a non-sponsored thing too. I love it. It's great. Victory fuel in 43 laps. Someone's going to victory lane. Jake Nichols has taken command of this race. And with 42 laps to go, we'll be back ready to go green. Let's ride. With 41 laps left in the books, Nichols, Beckner, Toyota Chevrolet, back green for Martinsville. All in 03, all over the back end of Beckner. Beckner around right to the center of the field. Got into Matheson, and a pole he goes. Man. Wow, wow, wow. Watch again. .38 to go. Nichols, Noel, Jarrett. Oh, come on. Oh, man. We'll try it at Danny's house. We'll try it there. Jarrett Lundberg will be commentating the Indiana 500 this Friday with myself. Jarrett, have you seen that entry list? For the ones back at home, we'll go ahead and start reading out some big notable names before we put the entry list hopefully out soon. Here's some big ones coming back. Akabuezi. He's back. Zachary Trull. I'm telling you, man, it has to. There's no way Zachary Trull does not become a huge contender in that event. It's going to be crazy. We had a big test today as well. They were testing during this Martinsville race. Kevin Champagne is back. You'll be joining in with us. Delgado will be racing. Demos is running a gold scheme for the event. Braden Movick. joining on in. All really the big guys there at the end of last year's Indiana 500 are back. Hayden Rush is ready to see if he can do it again in 10. It's going to be one fun event. I'm telling you, you're going to want to watch. Coming up this Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Got it. 35 laps to go. Jake Nichols, Seth Knoll back underway from Martinsville. Trouble spin once again. And with 35 left in the books, we are ourselves yet another caution, that being John Hall going around. Look at that. Watch again. Miller drove it indeed. Jerry Miller also will be in the Indiana 500. Jaden Hall will be making his first Indiana 500 start, let alone his first e-ticket start. Seen the pushing, we've seen the shoving, and now with 33 laps to go, this is how we stand. Hunter Sleppy, update.
Oh boy. Well, Jeremy Miller said that he tried to send it in and car just locked up. The 03 said, it's okay. It happens. But by God, from my position, that looked like none other than a Texas takeout. But Miller said that car locked up, and he is now the third driver with +4 incident points from this race alone. Joining Kenny Brady and Ryan Swan with that. Yeah, cautions breeding cautions, and guys are starting to get a little more upset with each other. Heard Connor Horn over the radio complaining about being taken 3 wide a few restarts ago. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. 32 laps to go. Is anybody talking about a shootout?
Honestly, they're just talking about just trying to make it to the finish. Ted Pierce or Ed Robertson were complaining about the one yellow that they were involved in where it ruined their 0 exits and points. So, they don't have any incident points for reading a caution, so that's good. But just guys just trying to make it to the end and call it a night.
Yeah, I think that's what some of those guys are attempting to do. But still not too many really out of the race.
That kind of shocked me. I thought we'd have more DNFs on this one, but some guys just chugging it out to the finish.
All right.
Trying to stay in the points battle.
That is true. Still got Kansas next week. 30 laps to go. Here we go. Once more from Virginia. Nichols, Knoll, Matheson, Miller. Lined up off turn 2. Swaying Turner, Curran. Howell trying to see what he can roll with. There's Weishart and contact with Brady again. Bolimas sideways. More drivers sideways. Kenny Brady slams the wall. Man, oh man, oh man. Watch again. .27 to go. Knoll hanging out, now up to the second position. Where's Cabot? Is Adam Cabot up there? No, I don't see him. Service, Berger, Yonashinu. Oh, Michael Curran. Curran, John Ramos, how are you?
John, what's going on?
I think we've run more laps under caution than green.
You know, it's still been action-packed, though, I gotta say.
It has.
It's been chaos, man.
So how have you been able to keep your head on a swivel?
Yeah, that's very accurate. Yeah, it's just, there's cars everywhere. Guys are getting desperate at this point because we just kind of know there's not many green flag laps left in it. So guys are just starting to force the issue, and it's just, yeah, causing all this chaos. So I'm just trying to survive at this point.
The Drive to Survive. Have you seen the new Netflix series for NASCAR yet? I know it's not Drive to Survive, but it's their version of it.
Well, yeah, I've seen like the first season at least of it.
I've seen the first season. Has anyone seen the second season? Is it out yet?
I don't know. I've only seen the first season. Like, I only thought there was only one season.
Oh no, they're making another one.
Right. It hasn't come out yet, though, right?
Oh, it hasn't? Oh, okay. I thought it did.
Well, I guess I'm asking.
I'm stoked to see the Harrison Burton winning Daytona version. That's going to be sick. I know I'm kind of just going off, but hey, Lucky Duck, you guys have been doing great promotions for us. Very grateful for that. Good luck today.
Appreciate it, John.
25 to go. Hunter Sleppy, this is what we've got back underway from Martinsville.
Yeah, David Weishart very mad at Kenny Brady. He's reached his boiling point. Expect fireworks to shoot off before this one's over.
Oh boy. Swank, Turner, Schaefer. Curran, oh man, almost up and into the outside wall. Senesac and company trying to join into view. Senesac the lockup with the left front. And with 22 laps to go, they've mostly gone back to that 2x2. Seth Knoll, Jake Matheson. Here they are, wheel to wheel for second. Horn looking for a move. Tyler Nichols as well. Try it again. A swoop to the bottom. Miller and Evans nose to tail. Matheson back in third. $20 to go. Solar Flare 1-2. Remember, Noel led a big portion of this race earlier. Jake Nichols up to 31. $18 to go. Difference between Noel, the difference between Nichols. Looked one way, tries to cross over the other. Trying everything and anything. Seth Knoll underneath Jake Nichols. Here we go. He's able to get him. Jake Matheson watching on in third. The Toyotas battle 1-2. Should I say 1-2-3? Nichols again. Long way around. And if this race stays green, it's going to be 3 drivers under a bubble. $13 to go this time by. Nichols washing wide, Matheson underneath. Jake Matheson has been involved in an incident tonight, as did other drivers. If he can clear the 73, he can maybe call dibs on the 1, but just cannot do it in the moment. He's got him. Jake Matheson, P2. And now, can he catch Seth Knoll? Mistake to turns 1 and 2. He's got something going. Now the question is, does he have it going correctly? 11 to go. Matheson half a second back. Jonathan Evans in 4th, Peyton Howell in 5th, Brandon Bowie has company, Connor Horn underneath him. Caution on the speedway, Hayden Swank going around, and it will set up a late race restart. Happened quickly. Miller, Swank trying to go through. And just caught part of it. Late race restart, Knoll, Matheson, Nichols. And here we go. What's left is what is ahead, and let's see if we can get an update here quickly from some drivers. Late race restart. Yes, an opportunity at overtime. That is possible. Sleppy, what do you hear? What can we see?
Well, Jeremy Miller, not sure what happened there, but he just kind of lost it. Solar Flare's just trying to figure out what was going on, if it was intent or not. Don't think it was intent, at least from what they told me. Just said that if you get a little squirrely on the straightaway, and if your steering wheel is to the right, it's just going to hook right. So, according to them, there didn't seem to be intent. Just looked very odd from Jeremy Miller. He's at +6 incident points from tonight along with Kenny Brady, and there might be a conversation with Kenny after this one's said and done. Don't think Hayden Swank's too happy about being caught up in that as well. And really going to be fun to see between the Solar Flare guys if they can hold off Jake Matheson.
All right. 5 laps to decide it. It's a Toyota top 5. Chevrolet's lined up 6th, 7th, and 8th. Let's duel just once more. 5 to go from Virginia. Knoll, Matheson, Nichols, Jonathan Evans in 4th. Howell on the move. Won't be able to overtime. Yonashinu with damage, Brett Punkari with damage. And Oh, just when you thought you could possibly get to the end. Garrett Grant in the 5 machine once more. Push, shove, the norm we've seen tonight. And we'll get ready for an overtime finish. Almost kind of expected tonight of how many cautions we have had. But it will be Seth Knoll ready to lead us to green. Matheson, Nichols, Howell, Evans, and Horn. Now, we did have to do this for New Hampshire. How much time is left in the session? I don't think that is accurate. I think they've definitely given us enough time. It is freeze-framed at 59 seconds, so that is definitely not correct. 3 laps to go here in this race. And you still got the heavy hitters ahead. Once we get the white flag, that race is official. What happens next kind of just happens next. If they get to the white flag, then it's a burner to the finish. So we won't get the one to go this time by. We'll get the one to go most likely next time by. As there's so much to look at, there's so much to break down. We'll get ready to ride. Lights off, 1 to go. Once again, for the ones that are wondering, we do not control single file restarts. We do not control cautions with area. That fully goes to the area crew. And our Night in America, the IDK Player YouTube channel, we run production for the broadcasts. Rules for area separate from Enter Night rules separate from e-ticket. 3 branches of racing, 1 YouTube channel. Let's ride. Jake Matheson is a win in the hands. Can he take it from Seth Knoll in the 1? Nichols and Howell. Peyton Howell back through the group. He's in the fast 4. 2 to go from Virginia. Just need to see the white flag. They're pushing deeper in the field. Top 20 left side of your screen. They're going to make it. Salamanca. 1 to go for Martinsville. Does Jake Nichols send in the heat to the teammate? Last run to 3 and 4. Nichols too far back. Solar Flare and Seth Knoll say hello to victory lane from Martinsville. Howell in 3rd, Evans in 4th, Horn in 5th, Bowie in 6th. And Knoll will be racing in the postseason. It was a tough one for some, but victory for another. Seth Knoll gets it done from Martinsville. Speedway burns it down. Our Night in America feeling victories all year long. League Night in America feeling victories all year long. Once again, Victory Fuel celebrates tonight's win. Choose from caffeine-free flavors like Throttle Punch, Purple Potion, or Lucky Lemon. Each can is packed with electrolytes charged with vitamins and kid-friendly. Get 10% off your order by using code AREA iRacing. Let's go ahead and hear from your race winner. Seth Knoll, you're burning it down. Congratulations. I think we can maybe just hear you now. I don't know. That engine's pretty loud.
Burning it down, Hamilton style.
Indeed. Race of attrition, race of caution. You lost the lead at one point. You got it back. Was there any strategy, or was it just keep it up front and pray?
We had a lap time that we were every time we got to the 22nd, that was when I was kind of like, all right, it's time to pit. And thankfully, it ended up working out. Jake did way better than I thought he would with the old tires, and we were able to get the nice P1-2 and head to Kansas for next week.
Kansas, indeed. Are you thinking postseason?
Oh yeah, thinking about those playoff points with the points lead. Head to Kansas. We're just a couple inches away from being able to win there last season, so see what we can do there and see if we can put another good solar flare 1-2 maybe next week.
Indeed, not the start that you guys wanted, but at least towards the end of this regular season, you've caught your stride. What do you want to say to the viewers?
I appreciate you guys tuning in. I know that was a rough race. Shout out to all the moms out there. Appreciate you, Mom. Appreciate JWR hopping on this season with Drafty Car on again. We're in a Drafty Car tonight, so be able to go to the App Store and go get the Drafty Car app and have some fun on the phone.
Indeed. Congratulations on your win.
All right, thank you, John.
We're going to go ahead and continue to roll through. Seth Knoll goes to victory lane here today at Martinsville Speedway. Jake Nichols, P2. He's already a winner this season, but runner-up here at Martinsville. Nichols looked tough to pass out there. What was it like trying to fight your way back to Knowles 1?
Yeah, it was pretty hard to pass. I felt like Seth and I were pretty fast, like interchangeable. Some laps he'd pull me, some laps I'd pull him, but I was hoping a few more cars would have stayed out when I stayed out that last pit stop that everyone else pitted. I felt like if we had enough cars, I don't think they would have had really much of anything to get to me, or just kept doing what we're doing before, 2-lap shootout, 3-lap shootout, caution every time. But we'll take it. We had a great restart there at the end when it counted, to hold on to another 1-2, and we had a 1-2-3, then a 1-2, and now another 1-2, 3 races in a row. So team point wise, we're doing the thing, that's for sure. But got to thank everybody at Solar Flare Racing, Drafty Car, JWR Race Cars. These Toyotas are quick, and I'm glad that our luck's kind of turned around and we're just doing our thing and winning races.
Indeed. Congratulations, P2. We'll see what you can do. The entire team is just really geared up. Do you see yourself running for a championship at Charlotte? I know that's a little bit early to talk about it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm kind of like hit or miss at Charlotte. I'm either really, really good or just like there, like kind of on the edge of the conversation. But we won last season by like 0.000. It was literally like a dead heat at the line. So hopefully we can do that again. Hopefully we're in the Final Four at that point once we get down the line. But yeah, I think we can definitely run for a 4th championship here in area.
Heck yeah. Congratulations on your runner-up finish.
Thank you.
Peyton Howell is next on the list. How about it? Podium after an up-and-down day.
Yeah. I had a total of like 4 minutes of damage during the race. Kept pitting, fixing all of it. Finally got it fixed after about 80-90 laps there, and just kind of worked my way through the field kind of slowly and ended up 3rd. I don't know how.
Indeed. You got up there right when it really started to matter. Caution after caution. How did you keep your focus?
With everybody in chat, we were just chatting it around and having a good time under the caution. It was fun listening to Blaze crash out every time he couldn't get a lucky dog, so that was keeping me a little focused. But yeah, I mean, just having everybody in chat, we kind of knew going into this that it was going to be a caution fest. So.
Yeah, can't help but say pretty much indeed, but congratulations on P3.
Yes, sir. And real quick, can I thank Powerhouse Racing Ben for letting me run this season, Gentleman Studios, Icon Apparel Company, Nerditudes, Yahoo, Celsius Energy, Mobile One, Sport Clips, HelloFresh, and everybody else that watched and you've put on the broadcast.
Heck yeah, congratulations, and thank you to those sponsors, Law and Pay and Howell, to go ahead and race. Let's go through the final results, and then we'll see you this Friday for the Indiana 500. Seth Knoll takes victory. Jake Nichols, Peyton Howell, Jonathan Evans, Connor Horn, Brandon Bowie lined up the top 6. Jake Matheson, Bailey Turner, Michael Curran, and Reese Schaefer rounding out that top 10. Kenny Brady, John Hall, David Weiser, and Patrick Moose make up the top 14 with Adam Cabot in 15th. Ben Pierce, Bryce Sinesak, Hayden Swank, Seth Berger, Garrett Grant in the top 20. Ed Robertson, Jeremy Miller, Constantino Nishinu, Tyler Nichols, Frankie Barroso, Max Service, Brett Punkari, Travis Beckner, Blaze McKinney, and Justin Anasogak. Top 30 with James Scully. Oh, not the run he won at 31st. Justin Bondurant with Barrett Polimus, Lee Norton, Dylan All, Philip Groner, Dwayne Culberson, Ryan Swan, Brad Slaughter Jr., and Tanner Betha making up that top 40. Areas back next week, Monday, for Kansas Speedway. Will be live at 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central. And the e-ticket event, the 30th e-ticket event of that, being the Indiana 500, will be this Friday. To all the great viewers hanging out with us in the chat below or watching live on the IDK Player YouTube channel, get ready because it's going to be one of those big, fun events. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, we'll see you this Friday for e-ticket racing.